What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $1,096 in the first hour of trading. A lot of good trades. Let's get straight into it. First and foremost, Will Caraman. Looks like he's hanging up the hat finally. Oh, the paper trading hat, that is. Nothing wrong with paper trading, but don't freaking go out and tell people you're playing with real money and trying to start a service based off of that premise when you're not, you freaking fraudster. All right, so this first trade was GTXI, and it took me 15 minutes to make my first trade this morning. So GTXI ran out of the gates. This is the 1 minute chart here. Ran out of the gates and was coming back down, and it kind of spiked down, broke $3 and spoke down to the VWAP here. That's this teal line. And you'll watch it when I had the L2 up, when I run the live play. It was kind of holding up. I mean, there's a lot of volume going through this level here at the 280 to 285 level, but it looked like it was going to hold, and I was going to take the opportunity to buy the VWAP here. It bounced before, kind of when it tested the VWAP, and I was hoping for a little bit of a bounce. I did not like how it spiked so hard getting here, so it was just a scalp, and that's kind of what happened. We got a little bit of a bounce, went into the 290s. I hit the sell button. I thought I was selling at 292. I got filled at 287. So it was a small win, and it was a smart play because it did end up flushing out. A lot of times when these stocks, they'll hit the VWAP, they bounce up a little, and if they're going to break the VWAP, they won't bounce hard. They'll just do a little bounce, and then boom, like that. So, again, thought I was selling in the 290s. It would have been maybe a 8-cent win. Instead, it turned out to be a 3-cent win, 50, 60 bucks.
Nice kill. Great job.
I'm long GTXI 285 for a VWAP buy. Stop loss is below 280. Out, 287. Try to get out at 292. So this next trade was just a high of day Momo scanner play. Hits my scanners. I don't even notice it actually right away, and it probably was hitting right around here. It wasn't until it started hitting it twice, or the second flood of alerts hitting it, is when I noticed it. And I click on it. It was sitting right at the 199. It's kind of crazy. It's sitting just like this. I mean, this is real time. The real time chart is over here right now. But anyway, it was sitting just like this. The low of day was 170. 50-day moving average is right there at basically $2. Never heard of this name before. I just know it just popped pretty quick. It was the first one to hit the scanner today. So nobody had been really playing any scanner plays because there hasn't been any low floaters moving. So I jump into it, and big volume started to come into it, send it into a circuit breaker halt. Out of the halt, this is where you look at the daily chart, see where the daily resistances are. First and foremost, you have a natural resistance at the $0.50 mark, 250. But on the daily chart, you also have resistance at the 245, 250 level. Once, twice, a bunch through here, just barely cracked 250. So this is a hard level for this stock to crack, and you can kind of see it rejected it here. Just even again out of the halt, pops up. I see the pop up. I'm sorry. I think it opens in the 250s and comes straight down to 240. And with that, recently with circuit breaker halts on these stocks, they just do not really act well. So this one, I sold a half at 244 as it looked like it was coming back down. It shot back up over 260, started coming back down again, and I sold the other half, got filled at 251. So very nice win on this stock, and as you can kind of see, it just sells off from there. So no idea what popped it, doesn't matter, made money on it.
Kind of a little consolidation here under a whole dollar back on the scanners right here. So I usually get in those either 10 cents below, like at 89.90, or I get in at 95.98. This is one that moves fast, so I was okay getting in at 89.
Watching AMRN for an eventual reversal. ASNS just hitting the scanners. Took a starter at 199.
David Faber says Dell valuations range from $90 to $135 per share.
To the main room
Delta Victor
around
Michael
midday
Tango.
recap time. See if we can get it back up over 1,000. Trading's going to probably slow down around 10:30. Okay,
Looks like it's gonna halt.
we could do that. Right. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Reported by Reuters. ASNS
Watching
shares
here for
resume
ad
trading
over
now.
$1.
Notwithstanding
Let's see what it
November
does.
Out half
Sandy
240.
after circuit breaker.
Out the rest
hitting a high
250.
269.
My average is still 33.
So this next play is kind of just a news play. Hedgeye comes out with a short report on ALRM. I come over here. I go short when I hear it. Also looking for the low a day break. Not a lot of volume came into this, so this might have been out earlier. And anyway, I got the low a day break. I went short at 51.63. It did pop up on me, and I was kind of worried that it would, move up. I didn't want to really go candle over candle here. I guess that would have been my stop loss, is if we broke this in a 51.83 level. Luckily, it did come back over and roll over, break low a day. And I was thinking if we break low a day, we'd break the 50-cent level and get a flush out. And that's exactly what happened. I covered inside of this minute here at 51.37. It looked like it was going to pop up, and I hit the cover button, got a great fill.
Short idea at Hedgeye. 51.64 now, just well off the lows. Down
all of a sudden
more
that
than
big
6%.
seller comes out.
That's Alpha Lima
Now
Romeo
it's dipping
Michael.
back. Friday, you're right. Don't lose sight of that. It's Friday. It's been a great week. $3,600 is a great day. Momentum is definitely pretty hot right now. So it feels like these are the type of days to be a little more aggressive. I could have stopped when I was up only $1,700 and said, hey, it's a good day. Pushed it a little bit harder, took a trade on one more on VXRT, one more on ASNS. Those were the right moves. So maybe now is a good time to slow it back down. Wait for something else to hit the scanner and show strength. So thanks for reminding me, Pickle. Oh boy, Pickle.
SIR, select income, shares popping to the high, 1923, Sandy, India, Romeo.
Boom. I get filled at 35? Jeez. So ASNS, this is, it was kind of trying to curl here, and the 5-minute chart looks like butt. So there's nothing to play here. This is where we are right now on the day, or time frame, I should say, inside this candle. And we have the pop. Here's the pullback, and it's below the VWAP, but since I'm up on the day, I'm willing to take a shot on it. I took 1,000 shares for the first candle over candle after the pullback, and I went long. You can kind of see it kept spiking down, come back up, spiking down, come back up, spiking down, come back up. So it wanted to try to go. I went long. What candlestick is it? This one right here at 231. So pretty decent fill. It looked like the volume was coming into the upside. And the worry part about playing below the VWAP is if it comes back up, the fear is it's going to reject it and move back down. And that's kind of what it did. It did break it a little bit. Volume did not come into it, so it did sell off. But you know, at the time, I'm looking at it like this, and I don't like really going long on a stock that's just broke the VWAP, because a lot of times it does reject it and fall down. But this one being the only runner on the day, a lot of eyes on it, I was going to give it a shot for a 1 minute candle over candle after the first pullback. I go long. It goes, I believe it goes candle over candle here. When I was watching it, it looked like it broke 235. But it just kind of popped and dropped again. So as it looked like it was selling off, I sold for about a 2-cent loss. Decent buyers. All right, I'm gonna try a very small position, 232. If 225 breaks, I'm out. Only 1,000 shares for me. I've got, this is a little bit of a gamble, and I have money to gamble with. So over 234. All right, might stop out here. It's trying. There's a lot of sellers.
Okay, will do.
All right, so we got the candle over candle. It needs to move like now. Didn't do what I thought I was going to do. I stopped out. 229 minus 2. 20 bucks. So LYL, this one hits my scanners over, where is it? Right here. Hits my scanners, and I click to it. I'm like, okay, it's going to crack this 50-cent level, pop up, go high, or it's broke the 50-cent level. It's going to go high a day and rip daily candle over candle, break this 100-day moving average, maybe test the 200-day moving average. Looked really good, and just no volume came into it. So I go long. I think I actually went long. Yep, look at that. I absolutely top ticked this. 266.99 was my entry. High a day, 266.99. I should get a badge. That is remarkable. That is remarkable. So I top ticked. This is me buying right there. Absolutely. And when I bought, if you watched the L2 at the time, nothing happened. I hit high a day, nothing happened. Tells me there's someone selling there. We got the daily candle over candle, nothing happened. No volume came into that. It's a bearish sign. At that point, I'm like, yeah, I need to get out of this. So I start selling at 1,000 share lots. The reason why I just didn't hit 2,000 all at once is because sometimes the market makers will absorb low orders. So 1,000 shares isn't really a ton. So they kind of absorbed that one at 254 twice. And it was the smart move because it sold off since then. So congratulations, Stock Jock. It was a fantastic trade of losing money, but it could have been way worse. Minus 12 on the trade. You know, 240 bucks.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
LYL hitting the scanners.
Still hanging out there, but at this point, it came awfully close to that 50 moving average. I mean, I think that's the resistance point right now.
LYL, Lima Yankee, Lima Dragon Victory spike into the high, $2.67.
Nice, Alan.
Long LYL on the Benzinga mention.
Solid.
Kind of chasing this here. It just went long and then the bid disappeared. So don't like that. Don't like that at all.
VXRT, that one came back down. That's a bummer. Yes, Brandon. Yep. Yeah, I do have that. We have a whole new class that I taught in August on specifically on scalp trading, which can be released later this month.
All right, I'm taking the loss on LYL. I don't like how there seemed like a hidden seller there at the high day, so minus 12 on it. So this next play on Baba was a small win, but you know, let's go over it. So huge move down. Trump comes out, says he feels like the relationship with China right now is broken. So that just kind of sent Baba, which acts very reactively to trade deals with, or trade news talk between China and U.S., and this falls in that category. So sold off, wasn't able to get into that. Then it starts to bounce here, and what I'm kind of watching for here as it bounced is I want to watch for the first one. If this is a pop pullback candle over candle setup, I want to short this still, because my overall thesis is a downtrend. You know, the markets aren't going to like, or Chinese stocks aren't going to like that kind of talk, considering that they've been up a few times recently up here. Here's the daily chart on Baba, because they thought that the trade issue was getting better. So now it's getting worse. It's breaking new lows. And anyway, so my overall thought is that it's going to pop up and then maybe go back down. And what we saw in this candle here is it opens and goes higher here and goes candle over candle the 1 minute, and it only moves 2 cents. So it doesn't go pop, pullback, candle over candle, rip. It goes pop, pullback, candle over candle, false break. That's a bearish sign. When I see that, I go short. My fill kind of sucked, 155.10, as it was coming back down. And my goal is I thought it would break 155, that whole dollar level, and I really wanted to see it. And that made it go candle under candle. And I was really thinking, okay, candle under candle now, false break to the upside, we'll get candle under candle, break 155, and start this downtrend again. And it broke that level, but then came right back up, kind of strong. And you can only see it by watching the L2. So I did not like that. So I ended up covering for about a 4-cent win at 155.06. And it was the right move, because it did kind of move up again in a kind of a big way. So just kind of reading the candlesticks, reading the L2, I made money on it, but I could have lost a lot.
Might get into BTBT here, but I'm still looking at this as a double top with 4 green candles in a row, and I want to see a little pullback before I get back in.
All right, so Baba is doing a pop, pullback, candle over candle that doesn't do anything. It's a very bearish sign. It really needs to go if it's going to continue to move up. I'm taking a short on Baba. Stop loss is over 23. 155.23, that is. Looking for a 155 break here. There it is. All right, I'm covering up +4. It got the move that I wanted, but didn't hold the break of 155. So kind of an inconclusive move there on that 1 minute. So this next trade is a low of day break, but also with a descending triangle. And if you don't know what that is, I'll draw it out for you here. Let me see. what would be these? Would it be just a line? Let's make it yellow. All right. That's our descending triangle here. Forget all, we're just talking about this area right in here. Okay, so the highs are getting lower and the low is a flat bottom. So this is a descending triangle. This is typically a bearish sign. And just think of it as a spring being loaded. Right now the spring is, it has a little flexibility through here, but as it gets down to this, the pinnacle, it's really squeezed, it's really compressed, and it's ready to break. And the thing about these triangles, whether it's a descending triangle or an ascending triangle, they can move in a big way either direction. And this is a little bit more of a risky play because throughout this last move here, before we had the move, which ended up being to the downside, I didn't have a candle over candle on the 1 minute here. There was no, kind of 1 minute candle over candle to the upside that told me, oh, it only moved a penny to the upside, so there's no one buying it. There's no confirmation to the little 1 minute candle over candle that didn't work, a little false break to the upside. So this was all this is a risky trade because it could have easily gone candle over candle right here and rip back up to the VWAP. I mean, that's how volatile these things can be. So I went short, and I went short at 50 30, 2,000 shares, right? Where's the candlestick? Right inside this candle. Looking for, just the low day break, chasing a little bit, saw the descending triangle. The whole time, though, as we're getting down to this level, I mean, look how tight that candlestick is right there. This thing is just ready to just break up or break down. And, luckily for me, I got that breakdown. It moved down quick, 20 cents. I started covering because I was hoping it would break 50 quickly, but it didn't. So that was kind of worrisome. All this pressure built up and I get a quick 20-cent drop. I was expecting a little bit more. So I cover half at 50.11, really good fill. And the rest I did cover because it looked like volume was coming in to the upside. I covered the rest at 50.13. Had I held a little bit longer, I would have gotten that move for the break of 50. And finally shorts are covering here and it starts to move back up. So you can kind of see how that descending triangle works. And yeah, it's a good trade.
William says, won't be worried if inflation rises a few tenths of a percentage point above the 2% goal.
Covering half 50.11 ALRM.
today. I'm not seeing anything really that is holding up well enough, or looks, good enough. So probably be done with trading here.
Cover the rest 50-13. So this next trade on AMRN, this is not something I typically would do. Let me see if we can find the trade on the 5-minute to see if I had anything going on there. Nope. Okay, so this one was more kind of a VWAP slash volume play here. So at the time, first off, the daily chart looks great for a green move on AMRN, but all morning it's been just kind of down, with the rest of the market for that matter. And it was coming up and broke VWAP here. It came down, tested it, and the bids held this VWAP. It's not going to show that here on the chart, but if you watch when I run the live thing, you'd see that people were holding it up here. Inside this candlestick, they were holding it up. So this candle opens up, and it starts to move. It starts to move to challenge the high of the previous candle for continuation. And I bought that as I saw volume coming in, and as we were breaking this high, which was 1970, after we had just tested the VWAP and it held, so it was moving back up. So it was kind of a VWAP slash continuation buy, and I bought it 1971 is what I get filled at. And as soon as I bought, big volume started to come in, and you can kind of see that, well, bigger, I should say. You can kind of see for the past forever, 20 minutes, the most volume would have is maybe 100,000, 150,000 shares. Well, inside this candlestick, we got, 203,000 shares. So it was a much different feel, and it spiked up, hit the 200-minute moving average. I was really looking for $20 break on that, and maybe high a day. Just couldn't do it. Started to move back down, and I sold on the way back down for a quick 14 cents there. I did try it again moments later for this 1-minute candle over candle. So you have the pop, the pullback, and now we have candle over candle. So I went long right here. Got a good fill at 1985. Pops up, breaks the 200 moving average, moves up here to 1999. It just starts to slow down. There's a lot of sellers there at $20. So it kind of, people were like, I'm going to get out. So as it was moving back down, let's see, inside this candlestick here, as it was moving back down, I sold 1992. So that was a 7-cent win there. And that was the last trade of the first hour. I did trade Tilray just moments ago, or at 11 o'clock. But right now, it's just for time's sake, it's 12:11 p.m. Eastern. So I did sell anyway, last trade right there, and it did kind of move down after that. So kind of just reading the charts, reading what's going on, reading the L2, so important all together to kind of figure out what these trades are doing. So I'll run it, and you can kind of see how that worked.
A reminder, guys, today, 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to host our FOMO Friday mentor session with our resident trading psychologist, Teddy. So stay tuned for that. That'll be in the mentor room for Warrior Pro students, 3 p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to be there as well.
I'm long AMRN at 1972.
About 550.
Out 1985. Yeah, it's setting up nicely now. So over 85 looks like. I'm long at 85, looking for a pulse up. I want to see break this 200-minute moving average over 94.
As Williams says, we
Stop
are
out below
nowhere near
1990
the
now.
inverted yield
Don't
curve
want to
well
double
size
top. Needs
of
break
recession
94.
risk.
There's the break. Nice. Let's see what we do at 20. A lot of sellers there.
All right, so for those, shut down the YouTube stream.
All right, I'm out.
and,
1992.
We'll do our mid.
And that's how I ended the first hour of trading this morning, up $1,796. I think I refreshed. There it is. $1,796 first hour of trading. If you're interested in learning how to trade, please come to my free chat room. It is so important to be in some sort of chat room, whether it's free or paid. You can't watch the whole entire market, and the trade ideas that I get from the people in my chat room alone are, is gold. I subscribe personally to 1, 2, 3, 4 chat rooms. That's how important they are to me. It gives me an insight into the market. I don't want to miss a thing, and with 4 chat rooms, I still miss stuff. So just having more eyes out there is great. Right now, if you click on the link for Jason Bond or the Millionaire Roadmap, or all the services right now that Jason Bond runs, they're doing a special like $97 for 3 months, like completely worth it. And there's actually a couple of new services they have that I haven't tried out yet that I'm going to try for $97. $30 a month. Yes, please. Usually these services can range from $3,000 or $500 to $3,000. So completely worth it to test drive these things and kind of see what these chat rooms are worth, if they're worth anything to you or not. So link for that is in the description down below. They also have a ton of videos in them that you can watch, all of them in 3 months for sure. So definitely get your dollar's worth if you give that a try. So link for those are in the description. I'm sure there's some sort of coupon code that you have to put in when you check out. I'm sure it's all over the website right now. So check it out. If you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, I will see you in the next video.